welcome back. I'm World Dragon, and this is our beautiful settlement of Porsaw on Timberborn. We have had to stop going into the water and building down to our mine because we had a bad tide. Things got contaminated. We were up to 27% and 23%. Now that was just from one bad tide, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully we get a couple of droughts so we can clean this out and get down to finish off building our mine cover. Because we could do with a little bit more scrap metal. We've got 100 metal blocks and 159 scrap metal, so, 280 odd metal blocks. Now, for what we've got here, we need about another 100, give or take, maybe just a bit over for here. We're using a little bit here, and we've got all of this, which is probably going to be another couple of hundred on top. So we could do, with 400 or 500 easily to make sure we cover what we've currently got. Now, of course, yes, we will eventually move our settlement onto the water as well. But before we do that, we need to make sure that it's safe. So we do need to have this built first. And to do that, we do need to pump this out, which we are going for. We are down, give or take a block. Well, a block, yes. You can actually use the rings on the bad water pump tube just to see how far down you are. So yes, we're one block down by the looks of it. Not bad. Not bad at all. We built a couple more bad water storage units to help keep the bad water flowing. 4 bad water for 1 extract. So it would actually be easier for me to build. I'm going to go make you extract very quickly. And I'm going to go and... Yay! A bad tide. So that's one more bad tide to add to our contamination because, it's not like we need it anymore. Our water has actually... You need to be paused. Our water has actually taken a bit of a hit. That'll be because the contamination means we're not going to be pumping quite as well as we used to. I'm going to go and unpause this guy. We are 10 workers short. We've only got 1 injured worker, so we are clearly just demanding too much of our beavers right now. That's not a problem. We'll be okay. We have 800, and I'm going to go and pause one of my industrial lumber mills. We are up to... Oh, you can definitely be paused as well. I don't think we need any more pine resin right now. We're down to, in fact, 97 gears. We were chucking a whole load in here, though. 184. So, yes, we only need 270 more. So, not as bad as it could have been. We'll need 170 more. We'll keep that going. We'll keep those being made. We are starting to make our treated planks. Only need 297 of those. So, only 250 left to go. So all of that's looking quite good. Yep, we'll turn on our extractor now. Uses up bad tide. Uses up 4 for every 1. So it's a lot more efficient to store extract than it is, in fact, to store bad tide. And we'll try and keep our water going in the right direction. Because, especially after this bad tide, pump efficiency is going to decrease. And so, yes, here we are. We're starting to build these little platforms now. These will eventually have bad water pumps on them, but there's really no rush to get those built. And I'll just probably destroy a couple of blocks here. I think that's probably what's going to happen. I don't think it will really affect the power of these too much, but we'll find that out in the future when I actually build my bad water pumps. We've got so much bad water at the moment, we don't need to worry. We have 278 dynamite, which is also fantastic because... Tunnel takes... just 1 and 1. Takes 6 planks, however. So, because we do want to tunnel this all the way through there. So we need to get that on the go. We'll make a little... We'll keep the little hole here, and then we'll just tunnel all the way through. And hopefully I've lined it up in terms of height correctly. And we'll pop out where we're supposed to pop out. We'll find that out. Well, we'll find that out, basically, won't we? That, however, is... Yes, we're probably going to get around to doing this before we actually get around to playing in here again. because, well, yeah, it's pretty rough. We're actually going to go and build another little stream gauge. We're going to build that by there. We're also going to build one in this corner as well. Just so that we have an idea of how contaminated this pool of water is. Because we are going to look to send our beavers in there. So we do need to know how safe it is. Because the last thing I need is 10 contaminated beavers not working. Because, I mean, hey, we're still 3 beavers short of our workforce. And we do have a lovely 8.4 thousand science. Now, I'm not entirely sure what I actually want next, so I'm happy just to let it keep building up for now. I do actually want one of these, but that's definitely a future build looking at the materials required. I mean, things like food processor units would be really nice. Am I brewing coffee? I feel like I should be brewing coffee. Why aren't I brewing coffee? Takes gears. Oh, treated planks. That's why I'm not brewing coffee. Although I can afford it now whilst I wait for everything. That would be a great morale boost for everybody. Nice little bit of coffee. I think that's worth 3. So I mean, that might even. Come here, you. That'll put me up to a 10. Is that a threshold? It is. It'll increase my worker speed by an extra 20%. And that's working speed, not movement speed. If I can get it up to a 12, we'll get that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure our over-caffeinated beavers could be worth quite a bit to me. So let us go and get that on the go. Now, none of this is quite going to be pretty. We will eventually redesign everything so it looked perfectly how we would actually like it to look. Now, I don't think I can run power thing off the front of this. No, I can't. So it is going to take that by there as well. Yeah, there you go. That's plugged in. I like how that's a fairly recent-ish update that it now shows everything linked even better than it used to, but quite frankly. Do we have any coffee beans, though? Now, there's a question. I don't think we do. Go on and pause you, although our irrigation is not looking great. We can get these guys up top. And, of course, then we do need a giant vat of coffee somewhere. Oh, this is going to go just in here, I think. No, giant... No, not canola oil. Water. Coffee. A giant vat of coffee. Now... I don't know... No, we don't have any storage for coffee beans. Now... we can definitely expand our coffee plantation up here. We used to have buildings here when we first built this, so... Oh, look at him coming down here. What a dedicated beaver. All of this is going to dry out very shortly when we get more contamination. Which should hit us. It was only a short one, only 5 days, which is quite nice. But, I mean, look at it. It's almost pure red. It's a contamination. Contamination's not going up yet. I have gone and said previously, it takes about 3 to 4 days for it to start coming down. But it does keep coming down for about 3 to 4 days after bad tide finishes as well. These areas are so big, that's how long the change takes to actually have an effect. So we're probably going to lose everything down here. We'll hopefully keep this up here. And yeah, these guys need to pump like crazy to try and keep this down. I mean, 18 versus 19. Oh, it's actually pretty close on both sides. And we are just about keeping our water levels up. But that is... yeah, pumping's about to become less efficient. Let's just put it that way. You may as well go do something else now. And yeah, I would like some storage, but I don't really want much for my coffee, if I'm perfectly honest. I mean, 30... What is your storage? 20. We want some coffee beans. Nice. Right, so we have a little bit more storage for coffee beans. We can have 50. I think that's going to be fine, to be honest. And then we'll start roasting our coffee. Does take a bit of water, but that's okay. 1 water equals 4 coffee. Now, if only they could actually satisfy their thirst by just drinking coffee. How nice would that be? Oh, and so this is all nicely built. We have our platforms. The fact that we're missing 10 people, 8 of them are going to be builders. So I don't mind that too much. There's not really anything left at this stage that they can even build. 38%? 35%? I mean, more will be in this direction because that's the flow of the water. Yes, 38%. I mean, as you can see here, 0 current. 39%. All of this is coming my way. So, yep, I suppose I do now have an earlier indication as to how bad things are going to get. Yep, 40% contamination incoming, basically. Even with all of this pumping, we can try to keep it down. And that's just off 2 bad tides. I mean, it can take me 5 droughts. So, in other words, 5 not having bad tides to clean all of this up. But it takes 2 to get to like 50% contamination. It's insane. We are 2 rings down, give or take. We are, however, full of storage. Wish we could just dump it. Although, I don't want to dump it here, if I'm honest. But I honestly wish you could just dump it. 43. I wonder if we will hit 50%. 1 day left of bad tide. As long as you keep working, I don't mind. As long as you keep working as well. Both of these guys have been prioritized, so they should move them to the other buildings. They shouldn't just storage them. And yes, we have coffee. Our happiness has increased. So our worker speed should have increased, which is fantastic. Which is going to help things really, really help keep them going, basically. Because, I mean, yeah. Well, some of them are happy in general, apparently. Go drink your coffee. Well, he's on a 9 without coffee. That's really good. His 12 will get him up to increased movement speed as well. We just don't want to hit 17. I don't want to increase my beaver population yet. But having above 12 would be fantastic. Apparently have no coffee yet. They're drinking it all before... Oh, there's no worky here. That would also be why. That's not going to go and help things, is it? Bad tide cycle has ended. We're looking at an ending result of... Yep, I reckon that could hit for 50 before this actually starts cleaning out. 49%? Oh, yeah, well, no. Looks like we might actually stop on 49. So, yeah. 49%. This could be a lot of fun. It's going to be a real big cleanup job. A real big cleanup job. So what I'm going to do is... I'm going to go remove that. I want to take out these paths. I'm also then going to... Basically, what I'm going to go and do is I'm going to go and build... Now, unfortunately, this is going to take 4 beavers. Let's start dumping that bad water. I think I'm possibly, yeah, missing a piece of path by there. So yes, this is going to go and take 4 beavers away from something. But we'll keep it going as best we can. Coffee is full. Go and pause you. Maybe you can actually go and start making the coffee. Make that coffee. Make my beavers happier. So yeah, we've got plenty of logs coming in now as well. I'm going to go and take one of our loggers away from there. Can you get everything? You can. We're going to go and take you away from there as well. Gives me a couple more beavers back. And we've just had a whole litter of beavers grow up as well. That's really going to help things out. So yeah, let's keep... I mean, it's definitely not the most efficient chain in the world. It's kind of a long loop round. But let's just keep dumping as much bad water as possible. Okay, I don't know what happened to this guy. Yeah, he's not dumping for some reason. It's just... need to go from here into here. And then when it starts to get full, I'll go and open this up. So then we're going to technically be feeding this. And if it doesn't make any difference from me feeding it, it shouldn't make any difference from me when I take it away. We'll find out. We shall find out. So what are we? Just coming into day 4. 27%. 31%. Oh, so we didn't end up anywhere near as what it is in here. This is on 37%. So we haven't ended up anywhere near as bad as, like I said, as what's in here. This has gone down by 12% already. That's pretty good. So obviously that's going to keep pumping out here. And we'll see what we can end up with. Let's just, yep. Make it rain red water. Filling up pretty quickly. Keeping it going as best they can. Keeping it going as best they can to try and keep some space. Now, bad water storage for everyone to just keep pumping. Now, we're pumping quite a lot. I mean, we are trying to keep the contamination down as best as possible and empty this at the same time. I have a feeling evaporation isn't doing much, and I'm not surprised. Although, ooh, we might get a bit of evaporation coming in soon. This should all be evaporating quite nicely. But anyway, looking at future projects, let's see if there's... Oh, that's an easy beaver to go and select. Let's see if there's any aesthetics that we can easily plug in. That's gonna go and, you know, give them the rest of those warm, fuzzy feelings. Yet also allow me to keep things going. Now, a beaver statue gives a lovely +2. And a clock also gives a lovely +2. Now, if I were to come over to my decorations... Clock will not cost me that much resources. And that will get me the left 3. And that will get me almost no one else. I could... Yes, let's go and unlock that clock. Now, a beaver statue, now that cost me 20 metal. Within 2 tiles, within 3 tiles. And that's also 3 tiles. But I mean, I don't really... I'm happy just to build another clock. I just need to get it in a position where it can actually get... Maybe I should have built this one across, and then I could have just got the end two houses with the other one. Let us... Top of the stairs would have done. Oh, can I? Can I? I can. Let's just go and build that on there. And then just above it, I'm sure the people trying to get treatment won't mind a clock going off just above their head. And that will get the right 3 houses. Now, these guys are going to miss out, but hey-ho. We're going to be doing pretty well. That'll get us up to... Well, being 12 is all we actually need. We've got the well-being 10. Oh, well-being 15 actually gets us the next level. Oh. We're going wrong. We're destroying everything we're trying to do. Go in the right direction, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's really making any difference. Okay, whew. We haven't really undone anything. Luckily, we're still just below 2, which is roughly where we were. This was just revealed. Okay. And our happiness should go up to about a 14. So, our movement speed should also now be... Yes, on a beautiful plus 15 as opposed to a beautiful plus 5. As long as we don't start flirting anywhere near plus 17, so we end up with a whole new set of beavers before we're ready. We are all good. So how are we doing? 6 beavers missing. Again, there are builders. Not got a problem with that, especially at this point, because we're not really building anything. I will want them all back when we're allowed to get back in the water, but what are we down to? You're down to 25%. You're still on a 31%. And you're on a 35%. So it's definitely cleaning. The clean water is just bypassing us, and we still need to keep scooping this out, which, you know, with this kind of doing what it does is a little bit difficult. All of this fresh water. Now it does make me wonder whether I should build some kind of, almost like some kind of baffle to make it come around this way a little bit more and potentially scoop a bit more out. It would be made out of logs, and we do now have a lot of logs. If we were to dig all of these out. If we were to... Stairs. Not ladder even, that's what I'm after. I promise you I have a fully functioning brain. If we were to... Wouldn't it be nice? A levy. Now, if I was to... That would force all of the water to come around here and would help scoop this out a little bit more. So that'll be quite nice. Suspension bridge for 1.8. Yeah, sure, let's just do it. That will get us a beautiful. There you go, apart from the very last row, that's going to go and give us some lovely bit of extra building space. And so Yeah, I mean, that should at least, like I said, help scoop it out a little bit more, because now it's going to come around here and then come this way. It should help influence this a smidge more. It also means, however, that the bad tide won't quite bypass us as well. So what I'm going to go and do is I'm actually going to go and I'm going to go and remove these ones, because then I'm going to set myself up with some sluices instead. Take that back up. And auto. So we want to close below because we want to open when there's contamination. I hate that these things are in a negative sense. It messes with my brain so much. I mean, why can't they be open above contamination something percent? And close below contamination. And open below contamination. Like, why do they have to be in a negative sense? I don't know, it just messes with my brain so badly. So if they close below 5%, it means they open above 5%. Yeah, we can do that. So if it's above 5%, they're open. Okay, yeah, we that makes sense, But let's just close them for now. Switch you around. So then when bad tide starts coming out of here, they're going to open. And they're going to let the bad tide through. But then when less bad tide starts coming out, they're going to start helping to pull it round, basically. I mean, yeah, it's not going to be fantastically automated, because I basically want it to almost be when this has a lower percentage than this, close. When this has a higher percentage than this, open. But I think I'm asking a little bit much for basic wooden structure kind of construction style for that, to be honest. But that is in essence what I want it to do. When A is higher than B, open. When B is higher than A, close. No, so I might increase the number. You say 10%. So if contamination goes above 10%, it will open and it will let all the contamination through. But if it's below 10%, it will close. Which isn't really going to do me any good at this point, because it's 16%. But like I said, at this point, I want them just closed. I'm not going to turn on the auto quite yet. So like I said, yes, what this should do is it should start bring the water around and help curl it out a little bit more. 31%. Our water pumps are still functioning okay. 27% over here. And construction is continuing nicely. Now, we could do with a few more builders, to be honest. We have hollowed out a fair bit of this. I'm going to go and pause 2 of you for now. I'm going to go, and I feel like we're out of coffee. Let's go and unpause you. I think we have to keep that chain going now. This has no power. That's because somebody's not here. Why is somebody not here? We need our mushrooms. Oh, he's disappeared again. And now he's hungry. Now he's thirsty. Where was he the first 5 hours of the working day? What kind of slacker is he? Yep, happy to keep just the one guy. Going for it by here. We are 6 builders down. We're doing okay. I think we've got 4 in here. We do have 4 in there. We've got 6 going, so we're out of 12. We're at 50%. 50% on capacity. Now, I haven't even turned this guy back on yet. Because we've just... Well, we've got this going now, which is very much helping. But we've just not really managed to keep this going, to be honest. Contamination just hits us that hard. Oh my days, another bad tide. In that case, you guys are now going to want to be permanently open. By the time they've built you, we want all the bad water going out there. My days, 3 bad tides in a row. I don't know what it is on this map, but when you get 1 bad tide, you get all the bad tides. You know, we finally managed to clean up to 13% up here. Not quite the same down here. 28 and 25. So yes, we do actually... We just need a bit of help cleaning out by the looks of it. Yeah, 3 bad tides in a row. Pretty rough. And we're... Oh, almost... We're down to the 3rd ring now in here. It is going to start getting a lot faster because the area is shrinking. Oh, and we're building our 2nd suspension bridge. Beautiful. Once that's going, we'll keep things going. I mean, just another bad tide. I mean, what did I do to you, Timberborn? Why do you hate me this much? Just being slammed by bad tide after bad tide after bad tide. We've got plenty of planks. We're getting a good number of gears. I think I said I needed, what about what, 270 odd. We're getting a good number of gears. We're using gears. Not 100% sure why. These don't take gears, do they? No. But we're using gears. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure why. I'm sure I'm doing something that is eating them away very nicely. And yeah, we got a nice bit of coffee coming in. We got the clocks, so our beavers know when to go to work. And you know what? I'm gonna go and build this even further along. I mean, is this going to be enough to let all this water through? I mean, it should be. Most of it is still going through that gap, to be fair. Although there's still quite a lot hitting this, that's why. Maybe I will build it. Maybe I will need to. Maybe I will need to extend it. We'll find out. We'll find out. I mean, that's gonna, you know, even with the go around, I would think that would get through most of my center section in terms of the water coming around. You know, come around here, and I would assume it would kind of then cut back through here. I mean, the cutback will be pretty strong, I think, to be fair. But, you know, it'll help. It will help pull a lot of this water out, I think. Just because that's the limit of where I'm going to be able to get to with my suspension bridges. So that's how far I'm going to ask them to go. And so yes, you guys are going to be held open. And here comes that bad tide. The only other thing I could do is actually make this a full sectioned off piece and then, you know, actually then build a full tunnel coming down to here, which would dry up this little part of the hole, so to say. But it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna go and block it all off at source and have it come into here. But we, like I said, we just need a bit of help cleaning out because, you know, I mean, we're still on 20%. They went down to, they were just on 10%. We do just need a little bit of help cleaning out. At least our industry goes through a bad tide. There's one bonus to take out of this. Always look for the positive, guys. Always look for the positive. So yeah, there is one bonus to take out of that. We have power to keep things moving because, of course, without power, we don't even have coffee, ladies and gentlemen. No coffee? Are you mad? So yes, we do still at least get some coffee with power as well, with everything else still functioning. And yeah, so we're doing okay. So we're over halfway down on our bad tide. And again, like I said, it's getting faster because things are getting thinner. The last two should go a lot faster than the first two went. I'll tell you that much. But then we do have the problem of having two more, well, kind of three more layers of bad tide still to go. And, well, we're not going to have any pumps down there unless I sink down even further, basically, and make some more. Which I could do. And there's nothing stopping me. Although, yeah, that would pretty much just be a bad pump to get down one level. I'd have to start building further out. And we do need to go all the way down to the bottom. That is where all of this goes in. And I have a feeling... Did I... Okay, I do have... That's all blocked off. And then on the one above it, I do have one-way sluices. Which... Well, no, they can just stay open. In fact, yeah, stay open. If you can pump out some water, I don't know how you'll do that. But if somehow the water can be sucked in and pumped out, then go for it. I don't think that's how they work. I really don't think that's how they're going to work. But if you can do it, do it. Basically. Yeah. Sure. We'll go for that. Maybe that'll help. Like I said, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's really not how it's going to work. But maybe that'll help get some more bad water out of here. Who only knows? So we'll find out in the long run. And how are we looking on this? We're down to 8 missing beavers. You've gone up to a 29. I mean, you're still on an 18 anyway. You're on a 19. So yeah, I mean, hopefully this small baffle helps. You know, help get the clean water coming through. We can get below 10% contamination, which is roughly what we reached. You know what? We're going to change that to a 20% to help us clean out for now. We will keep toying with this and tweaking it as we get less and less contaminated. But for now, I think we should just be be closed almost as much as possible. To keep this cleaning out once we get the build actually done. We are missing 11 beavers. We've just had a lot of dying of old age. We are pretty much at beaver capacity in terms of our current breeding pots. I could probably get away with having more beavers. My water and food are very stable. But I was going to wait till I'd actually built some access onto this, which has currently taken a step back because there's a lot of contamination. And so on that, ladies and gentlemen, with our next potential helping project, with bad water continuing to go down and our other helping project, it's just a whole bunch of helping... Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. It's just a whole bunch of helping projects trying to keep things moving forward. And so that's what we're going for right now, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll keep trying to have everything move forward. I have said this in the previous episode. I know there's not huge amounts going on right now. It's not the most interesting time, but trust me, We are just getting ready to springboard into glory. Keep hanging around, and I promise you there will be some absolutely monumental builds going on once we can get things happening, which we're getting very close to, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting very, very close to. We're almost, well, yeah, we're about 2 1/3 layers left. And then we are going to be able to start doing some pretty magical things, ladies and gentlemen. Some pretty magical things. And so, until that point, as per always, I do hope that you can stay safe, happy, and healthy.